I expect that by the end of this decade, and possibly somewhat sooner than that, we will have quite capable systems that we look at and say, wow, that's really remarkable.
The most important thing is that the models are just going to get smarter, generally across the board. There'll be a lot of other things too, which we can talk about, but if you think about what happened from GPT-3 to 3.5 to 4, it just got smarter.
OpenAI just announced a new model, CriticGPT. This innovative new model has the industry buzzing with its potential to completely revamp AI-generated code. But how exactly does CriticGPT work, and what does it mean for developers in the future of coding? Let's dive deep into CriticGPT and explore its revolutionary impact. OpenAI introduces CriticGPT. The GPT-4 series of models leverage a technique called reinforcement learning from human feedback. This approach involves collecting feedback from human AI trainers who evaluate and compare different responses generated by ChatGPT. By rating these responses, trainers help improve the model's accuracy and reliability. A key component of reinforcement learning from human feedback is the collection of comparison data. In this process, AI trainers are presented with multiple responses to the same prompt generated by ChatGPT. They then assess which response is better, providing valuable feedback that guides the model's learning process. This iterative feedback loop allows GPT-4 to refine its responses, aiming to produce outputs that are not only correct, but also contextually appropriate and engaging. As GPT-4 advances, its reasoning capabilities and overall model behavior have greatly improved. This improvement means that the model's mistakes are becoming harder to detect. Unlike earlier versions, where errors might have been more clear and straightforward, the mistakes in GPT-4's outputs can be nuanced and complex. This poses a challenge for AI trainers, who must carefully scrutinize responses to identify inaccuracies and provide precise feedback. Now, OpenAI has developed a specialized tool called CriticGPT to deal with this problem. CriticGPT is trained to write detailed critiques of ChatGPT's responses, specifically highlighting any inaccuracies, especially for coding tasks. This tool serves as an additional layer of oversight, ensuring that even the most subtle mistakes are identified and addressed. How it works. CriticGPT, like ChatGPT, was trained using reinforcement learning from human feedback. However, CriticGPT has a distinct purpose compared to ChatGPT. While ChatGPT focuses on generating helpful and interactive responses, CriticGPT is designed to identify and critique errors within inputs. The training process for CriticGPT involved exposing the model to a huge number of inputs containing various mistakes. These mistakes could range from grammatical errors and factual inaccuracies to logical inconsistencies and security vulnerabilities. By analyzing these flawed inputs, CriticGPT learned to recognize and critique errors effectively. The goal was to create a model that could not only detect mistakes, but also provide detailed feedback on how to correct them. One of the most impressive demonstrations of CriticGPT's abilities can be seen on the OpenAI website, where it is used to check if a file is in a safe directory. In this demo, CriticGPT is provided with a directory path and tasked with determining whether the file location is secure. The model examines the input and critiques it based on pre-established security protocols and best practices. CriticGPT works by analyzing the outputs generated by ChatGPT and pinpointing errors or areas where the response could be improved. These critiques are then reviewed by human trainers, who use the feedback to make more informed decisions during the comparison task. This collaborative effort between human trainers and CriticGPT enhances the effectiveness of reinforcement learning from human feedback, leading to more reliable and accurate responses from ChatGPT. The implementation of CriticGPT is a big advancement in the field of AI, as it combines human judgment with sophisticated machine learning techniques to optimize the training process. OpenAI can achieve a higher level of precision in training its models by using both human expertise and automated critique generation. As a result, ChatGPT not only becomes more accurate, but also more adept at understanding and responding to a wide range of prompts. This improved performance translates to better user experiences, as ChatGPT can provide more relevant and insightful answers. The model's ability to handle complex queries and engage in meaningful conversations is a direct outcome of the meticulous training process supported by reinforcement learning from human feedback and CriticGPT. CriticGPT capabilities. One of the key benefits of CriticGPT is its ability to augment human skills. When trainers use CriticGPT, they can leverage the AI's advanced analytical capabilities to spot errors, inconsistencies, and other issues that might be overlooked when working alone. The AI offers a second layer of scrutiny, which helps in identifying subtle or complex problems in model-written answers. This collaborative effort leads to more comprehensive critiques, ensuring that the outputs are not only accurate, but also of high quality. CriticGPT helps in reducing the number of hallucinated bugs. Hallucinations in AI-generated content refer to instances where the model produces information that is factually incorrect or nonsensical. When the model works alone, the risk of such hallucinations is higher. However, when CriticGPT is used in conjunction with human oversight, the incidence of these errors is significantly reduced. The AI can flag potential hallucinations, allowing trainers to verify and correct them before the content is finalized. The collaboration between human trainers and CriticGPT is particularly valuable in complex or high-stakes domains where accuracy is paramount. For example, in medical or legal contexts, even minor errors can have serious consequences. By working together, CriticGPT and human trainers can ensure that the content is not only accurate, but also reliable and trustworthy. This collaborative approach enhances the overall quality of AI-generated responses, making them more suitable for use in critical applications. In OpenAI experiments, human reviewers who examined ChatGPT's code outputs with CriticGPT performed 60% better than those who did not receive such assistance. This significant improvement underscores CriticGPT's ability to foster human-AI collaboration and produce more thorough and accurate evaluations of AI outputs. By providing a second layer of analysis, CriticGPT helps to catch errors and improve the overall quality of the work. Looking at the experimental results here, the data clearly show the advantages of incorporating CriticGPT into the review process. For instance, in a controlled experiment, human reviewers assisted by CriticGPT produced evaluations that were not only more accurate, but also more nuanced. They could identify subtle flaws and suggest more sophisticated improvements than those who reviewed the content without CriticGPT's help. This leads to a higher standard of output quality, which is particularly important in fields that require high precision, such as software development, medical research, and legal analysis. The idea was to set up a controlled environment to test the effectiveness of an AI critic. It aims to simulate a real debugging process and provide a data set for evaluating how well AI systems can critique code. The process began with trainers deliberately embedding bugs into the code. These bugs range from simple syntax errors to more complex logical flaws. Once the bugs were inserted, the trainers wrote detailed feedback as if they were reviewing someone else's code and had identified these errors naturally. This feedback served as a benchmark for what accurate and helpful critiques should look like. The goal is to determine whether CriticGPT could catch these deliberately inserted bugs and naturally occurring. This dual approach helped to determine if CriticGPT was effective in both controlled and real-world scenarios. The results were promising. CriticGPT critiques were preferred by trainers over ChatGPT critiques in 63% of cases involving naturally occurring bugs. Several factors contributed to this preference. One major factor was that CriticGPT produced fewer nitpicks. Nitpicks are minor complaints or suggestions that do not significantly impact the overall functionality or quality of the code. These can be frustrating and unhelpful, especially when the main goal is to identify and correct significant errors. The success of CriticGPT also highlights the potential for AI to assist in other areas of software development. For example, AI could be used to provide real-time feedback as developers write code, helping them catch errors early and learn best practices. It could also assist in automating parts of the code review process, allowing human reviewers to focus on more complex and nuanced aspects of the code. Future direction. The integration of CriticGPT models into the reinforcement learning from human feedback labeling pipeline represents a big step forward in the field of AI. It provides a new layer of support for AI trainers. With this, AI trainers will have access to AI assistants, which will help them evaluate the outputs of advanced AI systems more effectively. By integrating CriticGPT-like models into the RLHF pipeline, the evaluation process can be greatly enhanced. These models can assist human trainers by highlighting areas where the AI output may be flawed or suboptimal, making it easier for trainers to provide precise and actionable feedback. This collaborative approach can improve the overall quality of the feedback loop, leading to better trained AI systems. One of the core challenges of reinforcement learning from human feedback is that human trainers often struggle to identify small errors in the increasingly complex outputs generated by advanced AI models. As AI systems evolve, their outputs become more sophisticated, and the errors they produce become harder to detect. This can result in less effective feedback, which in turn can hinder the training process. CriticGPT-like models can alleviate this issue by providing a detailed and systematic evaluation of the AI outputs, ensuring that even the smallest errors are identified and addressed. Moreover, the integration of CriticGPT-like models can also improve the consistency and reliability of the feedback provided by human trainers. Human evaluation can be subjective and vary significantly from one trainer to another. By incorporating AI models into the process, a more standardized and objective evaluation framework can be established. This can lead to more consistent feedback, which is crucial for the effective training of AI systems. Another important aspect of this development is the potential for scalability. As the demand for high-quality AI systems grows, the need for efficient and scalable training processes becomes more critical. CriticGPT-like models can help scale the RLHF process by providing automated and consistent evaluations of AI outputs. This can reduce the reliance on large teams of human trainers and streamline the training process, making it more efficient and cost-effective. The integration of CriticGPT-like models also opens up new possibilities for enhancing the capabilities of AI systems. By providing more precise and detailed feedback, these models can help identify and correct complex issues that may not be apparent to human trainers. This can lead to the development of more robust and reliable AI systems that can perform better in a wide range of applications. If you have made it this far, let us know what you think in the comments section below. For more interesting topics, make sure you watch the recommended video that you see on the screen right now. Thanks for watching.